Hello, everyone, and welcome to downtown Houston, Texas. It's kickoff of season 17 here in the heart of Texas. I'm sorry, folks. For today's game between the Portland Fleet and the Houston Hyenas. We're here from Jules Simeon Stadium in Houston, Texas. I'm Jack Brown, joined alongside me here today by Aaron Alexander, Dwayne Schindler, and Mark Lopez in the stat truck, making us seem a lot smarter than we are. Aaron, these two teams were right at the cusp of the playoffs last season and then had to go through the biggest change of all, a change in quarterbacks. Both coming in from the draft, Portland drafting in O.J. Bruin, Houston drafting in Dave Burr. What do you have to think? What do you really have to say about these two teams with brand new quarterbacks and brand new ideologies?
It's definitely going to see how these two quarterbacks adjust to playing in the pros. Portland, though, maintaining pretty much the core of their entire team that's now built around O.J. Bruin, a signal caller. Houston, though, had to make some changes this offseason. They had to replace about half of their defense, and they did so in the draft. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of these rookies adjust to the big leagues after a season or two down in the minors.
Yeah, well, looking on the opposite end of the coin, we have DR Sim, which I guess is kind of fitting that the Hyenas are wearing uniforms that look akin to the San Francisco 49ers, as he could break 15,000 receiving yards today with just 80 yards of receiving.
Yeah, and with a back like Dave Burr, who, despite all of the issues he had, was pretty good down there in Lexington, we could pretty easily see that milestone hit today.
We could not. Ball's on the team for these two teams. The season's about to get underway, and it is. This is season 17 SFL football here on the SFL Twitch network, taking up the goal line, taking it past the 20, making a nice little juke move up to the 27-yard lines. They're going to put them first down and 10 for Dave Burr and this young Houston Hyena crew.
Yeah, and Dave Burr, though, at least on the offensive side of the ball, does have some good targets in the halfback Warren Murray, the three receivers in DR Sim, Kyle Finnemore, and Greg Corky, as well as the two tight ends in Randy Pierce and Stephen Walker.
It's going to be a pass over to Warren Murray. His first attempt as an SFL quarterback is a completion for 2 yards. And it's going to set up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, good opening pass there for Dave Burr. Just a short little dump off to his running back. A good start on his first attempt of his young SFL career.
2nd and 8 now. Seems to be a lot more pass happy. They're going to go again. Another deep drop for Dave Burr. Goes to the sidelines. Tipped up in the air, and that's going to be incomplete. His first incompletion of his young career, pass deflection made by Leo Morris.
Yeah, and that was just a good jump by Morris there to get in front of that ball that was intended for Kyle Finnemore.
3rd down and 8, and Dave Burr, he's got no one in the backfield with him. He is going to sling his guns. Let's see what he can do. Got a lot of room in the pocket. Throws deep towards the sideline. That was going to be caught in bounds. What a decision from Dave Burr to go all out with DR Sim, and it pays off big time. That's going to be a huge first down.
Yeah, they called Dave Burr the iceberg for a reason. Just calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. Throws a bullet out to DR Sim, who's already a good chunk away from that 1,500 just from that first pass alone.
And off to Warren Murray in the inside. And Warren Murray not going to get anything going. Loses 2 on the play. Going to set up 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, that's just the veteranship of the defensive line there, showing what they're capable of, not allowing Warren Murray to go anywhere and forcing that tackle for loss.
2nd down and 12 now. Going to be a deep drop for Dave Burr. Burr moving around the pocket. He's going to go down, sacked One of the big things this Portland defense knows how to do well is to rack up them sacks. And they showed it just well there with Gary Burney getting this edition of the sack.
Yeah, and that was a big sack there to force Houston into an even longer third down situation.
3rd and 18 is the look. Another long throw needed. Dave Burr moving up in the pocket. Throws with conviction. That was going to be caught over the middle. It's going to be a touchdown, Houston Hyenas. What a throw and grab it. Look who it is. It's DR Sim.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, again, Dave Burr showing his calm, cool, collected stance in the pocket. A good step up there to avoid some pressure, and just throws a perfect pass to a wide open DR Sim, who is now just 4 yards away from 15K all time.
Yeah. There really is something to say about a young rookie, Dave Burr, in his first ever SFL Major League game, regular season that is, on just his 4th attempt throwing such a great ball. If he can keep that up, he could become one of the greats here in the SFL. But of course, one drive is just one drive. Extra points on its way, and it is good. Houston taking a 7-0 lead over Portland.
Yeah, and that's Sonny J there putting that one away for Houston to make this a full 7-point lead for Houston.
Very good drive to start the season for the Hyenas. Now we got to see what their defense can do. A much more inexperienced core compared to the offense. Kick is away, and it's going to be taken at about the 5, taking it past the 10, 15, 20, nearly snaking through the heat of the pack. Gets up to the 27 on his own right, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Portland Fleet.
Yeah, and of course, Portland also relying on a new rookie signal caller in OJ Bruin. But Portland last season, definitely more of a run-first team, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this first one be a handoff to the young halfback, Ezekiel Love.
Houston playing close to the line. They are going to hand off to Ezekiel Love. And even with all those men up on the line, Ezekiel Love getting 4 yards on the carry. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and there's a reason that Portland was 2nd in the league in rushing yards per game, and it's because of that man, Ezekiel Love, just able to turn what seems to be the most hopeless of plays into some pretty good yardage here on 1st down for Portland.
Second and 6, handoff to the outside this time for Ezekiel Love. Going to lose a yard, but that's okay. 3rd and 7.
And I believe that was one of the young rookies there on that play. In fact, I lied. It wasn't actually. It was the 2nd-year cornerback, Marco Swift, I believe, credited for that tackle there.
Up on the line, it's 3rd and 7. OJ Bruin taking his first pass in a Fleet uniform is going to fall incomplete. 4th and 7. Pass intended for Art Vandelay.
Yeah, I think some good pressure there from the defense in the face of Art Vandelay that just causes that pass to fall incomplete. An unfortunate first drive for OJ Bruin and this Portland offense.
Rather unfortunate sight to see as Dominic Birkin out to kick a punt. And after that, the kick is away. It's a nice booming kick taken at about the 35-yard line up to the 39. Basically just fell forward for 4 yards is Greg Corky.
Yeah, and Houston's got some pretty deep field position here after their really young defense surprises probably a lot of people here to start this game with an early stop here early in the first quarter.
1st and 10, ball on 39, empty backfield look again for Dave Burr. Dave Burr going over the middle. That one's going to be caught in traffic for another 1st down to the 49-yard line. That was going to be caught by Greg Corky. Another one of the old guard here in Houston.
Yeah, that's just a great catch, honestly, from Greg Corky. Dave Burr putting just enough on it to get the ball in the right place for Greg Corky to have basically first grabs on that ball. Dave Burr, it's early, but he's shining here in his rookie debut.
Another empty set for the Hyenas. Snaps right where it needs to be. Going to be thrown towards the sideline. Caught in bounds. Moving forward, that is DR Sim. And he just barely ekes over the line, but that's his 15,000 yards throughout his illustrious SFL career.
Yeah, congrats to DR Sim. 15,000. That is absolutely incredible. He reaches that number after 13 seasons. His 12th currently here in Houston. So congrats to him.
Hand off up the middle to Warren Murray on this play, and Warren Murray just blasts through for a first down. Gain of, I think that was about 6 or 7 on the play. And there seems to be a man down on the field for the Hyenas. It's going to be Jason Banks, the guard.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, I think, for Houston, especially if you're Dave Burr, having one of your offensive linemen go down like that. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he can get back into the game relatively quickly. But I think if you're Houston, that's definitely not something you wanted to see here.
Yeah, maybe fell a bit awkwardly, and that's kind of what led to that. 1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line. Offset I is the formation. One man to the top of your screen. And it's going to be another deep drop from Dave Burr. Throws deep, and that was going to be tipped, nearly intercepted by Portland. One of the big upsides for this Fleet team throughout their first 2 seasons of existence has been their defense. And while they certainly have had some things go through, they've certainly held their own.
Yeah, and Bob Funk there proving why Portland has had one of the better defenses in their 2 seasons of existence, just absolutely denying that deep ball to DR Sim.
2nd and 10. Hand off to Warren Murray to the outside. Warren Murray caught behind the line, but trucks forward to get what they're going to say is no gain, no loss. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and honestly, one of Portland's strong suits, especially last season, was their rushing defense. And they come up big on 2nd down here to probably force another pass out of Dave Burr and this Houston offense.
3rd down and 10. It's a completely empty backfield for Dave Burr. Burr slings it over the middle again. That was going to be intercepted by the Portland Fleet. And a classic rookie error of settling way too much into a groove. Leo Morris makes him pay for it.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Houston. Again, though, credit to the Portland Fleet defense. They had the most takeaways last season, did their defense, and they're starting off strong here with one pretty early on in the 1st quarter.
So now the ball is back in OJ Bruin's hands. He's going to go under center for the first play of this drive. Short drop, throws to the sideline, caught in bounds. Now it's going to be, oh, he sheds a man. What a way to get up to the 40. And that is number 82, Jean Valentin, the Haitian sensation.
Yeah, that was a really good ball from OJ Bruin. A lot of pressure coming from the front side of Houston's defense, and a really good play from him to shed a block and get a 1st down on that play there.
So now Portland up to the 40-yard line. A lot of receivers out, just one man in the backfield. That looks to be Ezekiel Love. And they're going to be a play action, completely open backfield. It's going to be caught. Gain of 3 on the play. I don't know if it's just me, Aaron, but it did seem to be that was a little bit too high risk for the lack of reward they really got out of it.
I definitely agree there. You got to give props to OJ Bruin though for being able to get that ball away into the hands of Ezekiel Love, despite the oncoming bull rush from the Hyenas.
2nd and 7. It's an empty backfield set for the Fleet. And OJ Bruin just gets ripped down. Didn't even have enough time to really set his feet before he gets tackled.
Yeah, and that was the rookie Frank Stackhouse, pick 1 in the 3rd round on that sack there. And that's honestly big for Houston, forcing a long 3rd down for Portland.
3rd and 13. Low snap for OJ Bruin. Throws over the middle. That one's going to be incomplete. 4th and 13. Pass intended for, that looks to be one of the generics. Yeah, Nick Adams.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Just a good read there from another rookie, Nana Leahy, preventing Adams from really getting a hand on that ball. And Portland's going to force another punt away after giving up that interception.
Yeah, it does seem to be that right now, OJ Bruin not settling in quite as well to his new role. And oh, that punt was nearly blocked. Not settling into his role quite as well as Dave Burr is. It's going to be... oh, go ahead.
Dave Burr's got a bit of a bug to shake off though. Try to recover from that interception.
Couldn't agree with you more. Let's see how he can do. See how he can recover. 1st and 10. And well, it seems to be they're certainly going to keep the ball up in the air. Empty backfield look for Dave Burr. Snaps right where it needs to be. Pump fakes, throws over the middle. And that one's going to be incomplete. Just seemed to be off target was the issue.
Yeah, Dave Burr just overthrew that ball a little too much. Tried to read the route of Kyle Finnemore. Unfortunately, Kyle just wasn't able to get there even after trying to dive for it.
Second down and 10. Gonna be a quick throw over the middle, and that one's gonna gain them 7 yards. Caught the defense lacking while they were getting back ready to cover deep. Threw a laser to Kyle Finnemore, and it's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's a good recovery from that slight overthrow there. To Kyle Finnemore, Dave Burr able to adjust really, really well on that play and get it into Finnemore's hands there.
Short drop, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught in bounds. That is a great catch for 1st down over to the Houston 46-yard line. Caught by Randy Pierce, the tight end.
Yeah, that's really good for Houston. Unfortunate for Portland, their defense being picked apart here by the pass game of Houston.
Another short drop from Dave Burr, moving around the pocket. Somehow able to get it out to Randy Pierce. Randy Pierce spins around a man, and they're going to say he got the 1st down just barely, and I would have to agree.
Dave Burr proving to be the coolest of customers in the pocket. Another really good step-up move, avoiding some pressure. Gets a really good ball out to his tight end for another Houston 1st down. Dave Burr's on a roll right now.
1st and 10 once again. Handoff to Warren Murray right up the middle. Warren Murray does what a running back does best and gets those small, dirty yards. Meanwhile, Jason Banks is going to be out for the remainder of this ball game with a fractured arm. Ouch.
Yeah, that's just unlucky. Looking back on what caused that injury, I think he definitely just fell on that arm wrong. Unfortunate for Houston, but they seem to be going on just fine as it stands.
And another throw nearly intercepted. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Seems to be that the one thing that Dave Burr really needs to work on is that he does seem to be overcommitting to throws, where it's like he has an idea of how play is going to unfold in his head, and he's going to make that work come heck or high water.
Yeah, and admittedly, that may be down a bit to inexperience Dave Burr being the only first-year quarterback drafted out of the minor leagues. All of the other quarterbacks were in the minors for 2 full seasons.
Well,
Not that it
that
matters
certainly
here.
wasn't yeah, that wasn't an experience, I'll tell you what. Throws it right down to the 26-yard line, and TJ Nellums with a huge reception, and that's going to set them up within the Portland 30.
Yeah, the backup receiver there, stepping up in a big way. Dave Burr again just taking his time in the pocket, delivering just about the best ball that you can get into the hands of his receiver there.
It's going to be another throw from Dave Burr to the sideline, caught in bounds. It's going to be 2nd and 5, a little under 2 minutes before the end of the first here, and it seems to be that Houston has come out firing for the better part of 10 minutes.
Yeah, Houston right now is proving that they made the right choice in drafting Dave Burr at pick 15 in the 3rd round. A word from the man himself. He's got adrenaline coming out of his ears.
Well, hey, you know, it clearly is helping him. Maybe he should have it coming out of his ears a bit more often as it gets down to the 9. Another man having a stellar drive, Kyle Finnemore. This man had next to no yards coming into this drive, and now he has 24.
Yeah, the 2nd-year wide receiver becoming a favorite target of the young Dave Burr here.
Meanwhile, that handoff is to Warren Murray, and Murray takes it down to the 5-yard line, takes it to under a minute in the first. Murray not having a spectacular game by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, he's doing his job, you know?
I definitely agree there. And the reason I think that Warren Murray's average is so low, Houston hasn't really been utilizing the run game all that much. It's been all Dave Burr through the air this entire game.
Look at that. Here he goes again to the end zone. Caught another touchdown for the Houston Hyenas, and that was going to be caught by Randy Pierce. The Hyenas have unleashed an aerial assault, and it seems to be that the fleet didn't have any anti-aircraft guns on their fleet.
No, the this air raid attack of Houston has caught the fleet almost completely off guard, it seems. And Houston has completely capitalized on that. 2 passing touchdowns so far for Dave Burr. Sonny Money J looking to make it a 14-point ball game here for Houston.
Already nearly 160 yards to the air. Kick is away from Sonny J, and that one's going to be good. 14-0 is the score here in Texas. Meanwhile, of course, off in Phoenix, the Scorpions are up on the Florida Storm, 24-3. So it seems to be that with this block, they're 2 very one-sided games so far.
Absolutely. It's been, for both of these games, it's surprising. I think the way the scoreline has gone, of course, Florida being runners-up from last season, and Houston being just 1 or 2 games outside of playoffs last time around. So an interesting swing so far. Of course, it's still early in the first quarter here. We'll see if Portland's able to respond here with just under 30 seconds left here in the first.
They can definitely try. However, their offense has just been going nowhere fast. 1st and 10 coming out in the heavy set. Handoff to Ezekiel Love, and Ezekiel Love gets some nice yardage up the middle. 7 yards gained, and it looks to be that there's enough time for about 1 more play remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, and I think if you're Portland, you have to continue to go to Ezekiel Love in order to come back in this game, I believe. Houston's defense has just proven that they're able to keep up with the pass game, and OJ Bruin hasn't really shown what he can do yet, I don't think.
Yep, this is the SFL on Twitch. We'll be right back with you after these short messages. And we are back here, folks, in Houston, Texas. 14-0 is the current score between the Hyenas and the Fleet. And off to the outside to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love sheds a tackler, gets the first down just barely before being tackled by number 54, Brody Gulch. One of the highlights of this Houston Hyenas defense.
Yeah, but another good run from the veteran running back in Ezekiel Love, showing why he's probably the biggest threat on Portland's offense.
And off to the outside once again to Ezekiel Love, and it's going to go nowhere. 2nd and 10.
The veteran free safety Brady Clark there, showing these rookies how it's done, though, in stopping Ezekiel Love at the line on that rush attempt.
2nd down and 10. 4 wide, 1 in the backfield for the Fleet. And O.J. Bruin's going to sling his guns deep, but that's not going to work. It's going to be picked off. It's going the other way for Houston, up to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10. And the Fleet tried to get something going. They tried to swing for the fences. And unfortunately, that was a strikeout, and it seemed to be that a bat hit a spectator.
Yeah, and from one veteran showing up to another, that was Ethan Kai, the 7th-year cornerback, on the interception there. What an interception there for Houston, and I believe that was his first on the season.
It is. Dave Burr goes a little bit too quick on the throw. Didn't seem like the receivers were settled into their routes. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate there that doesn't go Houston's way, but this game has been just absolutely dominated, more so by Houston's offense, but their defense as well has just stepped up in a big way despite the inexperience.
And off to the outside to Warren Murray. Warren Murray's going to lose him a yard. 3rd and 11. Doesn't seem to me that that running game is really going too well.
No, but that, again, last season, that was one of Portland's strong suit, was their pass defense, or their rush defense, excuse me. So showing there why they performed so well against the run.
Deep drop for Dave Burr, throws the sidelines. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down and 11. And Houston took a golden opportunity, and they did absolutely nothing with it. Lost a yard out of it, actually.
Yeah, unfortunate for Houston, but Portland's defense definitely stepped up in a big way there after that interception. If you're a Portland fan, that's definitely what you would have wanted to see as they force a 4-and-out here and force Houston to punt it away.
Snaps right where it needs to be, and the punt is away. It's a high booming kick. And it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, good job by the special teams unit of Houston holding Portland inside of their own 20. Portland definitely needs to step up in a big way offensively here, though, in order to stay relevant in this game.
Snaps a bit high for O.J. Bruin. He's going to go over the middle again. And that one's going to be picked off again. The Houston Hyenas defense are taking any deep shots that the Fleet are trying to make, and they just are like, nope, that's going this way.
That is 2 drives, 2 pass plays, and 2 interceptions to veteran secondary for Portland. O.J. Bruin not having a good time here in his rookie debut. That interception, credit to Brady Clark.
First and 10. Ball's on the 25. Handoff up the middle to Warren Murray, and Murray gets a nice gain of 4, gets up to the 21, and they're almost already into the into the red zone.
Yeah, and I definitely think it's smart here with the field position that you have from that interception to go to your veteran running back in Warren Murray and try and just chip away as much time off the clock as possible.
2nd and 6, another handoff to Murray up the middle, gain of 2. Makes it 3rd and 4, and this really opens up the playbook. You got about 30 yards in total to work with the 10 yards in the end zone, and hey, only need 4 of them, right?
Absolutely. I definitely think that Houston's going to call a pass here, probably something short to either one of the tight ends or to Burr's favorite target and Kyle Finnemore.
Burr in the shotgun. Burr looking around. Nice short throw over the middle. That's going to be caught. 1st down and a yard or 2 on top of it. And it is Kyle Finnemore once again. The short route man. I mean, he's really just been like the glue that's been keeping this offense together, him and Dave Burr.
Absolutely. Like I said, he's been Dave's favorite target so far in this game. And that connection makes itself known yet again. And they got another 1st down here.
Dave Burr throws towards sidelines, nearly sacked, but he somehow is able to make it work. Another throw out to Randy Pierce, gain of 6 on the play.
I'll be honest, I don't know how that man did not get sacked just then by Portland's defense. They were literally in his face, and Dave Burr just steps up in the pocket, yet again delivers a nice ball to Randy Pierce, and they're 8 yards from the end zone. Again.
Hand off to Warren Murray, going to make it a 3rd and 7 after a loss of a few.
Granted, Portland's defense still really good against the run. Definitely had that particular run pegged as what they were going to do, hence the nice 3-yard loss there. But Houston still threatening the end zone.
Dave Burr moving around the pocket, throws into the end zone. That's going to be caught. Another touchdown on the board. Kyle Finnemore. This man has been just on fire today. That's his 4th reception, and that's his 1st receiving touchdown this year.
Yeah, and just another great ball from Dave Burr. He looks more like a 3 or 4 season veteran so far this game, as opposed to a 1st-year rookie out of the minor leagues. I don't know what they've been feeding this man out in Houston, but whatever it is, it's working real well.
Well, you know, whatever they may be feeding him, if it's local, you know, whoever goes to the SFL convention, they can certainly try it. So here we go. Point after's on the way, and the kick is good. 21-zip in favor of the Houston Hyenas. It really is hard to describe just how much Dave Burr has been just slicing and dicing through this Fleet defense.
Yeah, Dave Burr currently sitting on just over 175 yards here in the 1st half, compared to just 16 for OJ Bruin. Shout out to Dwayne Schindler and Mark Lopez in the stat truck for keeping it tight on there.
And there is a penalty on the kick return. We'll have to see exactly what it is, but it could be sending the Fleet forward.
Like
no, it's on the
actually.
Fleet. Yeah, so that's going to be sending the Fleet backwards, and realistically, that's just a little bit of salt on the wound.
Yeah, because that means now that Portland is again starting from inside their own 20 on this drive. Last time it didn't go well for them. Hopefully OJ Bruin can show the poise that he had in the minors and turn this around for Houston. Or Portland, excuse me.
Up the middle to Ezekiel Love, and it's not really going to go for much, about 2 yards, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, Houston's defense this entire game so far has just been absolutely game-changing. The 2 interceptions, they've held Ezekiel Love to next to nothing on the ground. He's only on 15.
Meanwhile, Ezekiel Love once again. Oh, nice little spin move. Gets it up to the 27. Very fast-paced run, and it gets the Fleet a first down, gives them a bit more room to breathe.
And he just doubled his yardage just about there on that run. He got some really good blocks there from the rest of the Houston offense. Good spin move there as well to pick up the first down and more.
And off to the outside of Ezekiel Love this time. And Ezekiel Love, he's got a lot of room to run. Sheds a tackler. Oh, he's going down the sideline. And he's going to get to the 28-yard line of the Houston Hyenas. And, well, if Dave Burr's been the main man propelling the Houston offense, Ezekiel Love took all those notes and was like, okay, time to propel the Portland Fleet offense, eh?
Yeah, Ezekiel Love turning on the nuclear-powered engines there. Blasting through multiple defenders for Houston, putting the team on his back there with a big 45-yard run.
So now within the 30 are the Portland Fleet. Going to be a play action from O.J. Bruin. Short throw over the middle. Now it's going to be tipped up in the air. Nearly a third interception. But less than 5 minutes to go in the half, and for the first time, the Fleet are really getting things moving.
Yeah, unfortunate there that they weren't able to make anything of that play action. Houston's defense stepped up with a big pass deflection there that might have been intercepted had people been in the right place. But yeah, Portland's starting to drive here. It's looking good for them.
2nd and 10, it's going to be stopped in the middle. Is Ezekiel Love, 71 yards on 9 carries. And it's going to be another stop for number 55 Houston. That's Alex Perez, the inside linebacker.
Yeah, Perez there. Pretty solid so far. His sack and tackle on the game, I believe. Houston looking to just keep Portland to 3 here, it looks.
Over the middle is O.J. Bruin once again. It's going to be a nice throw. Not enough for the first down, however, 4th and 5.
Yeah, and that pass was caught by Benjamin Warner. That's going to be his first reception of the game. Unfortunately, doesn't amount to much there, as Houston is going to hold Portland to 3 there after that incredible run by Ezekiel Love.
Kick is up and on its way, and will it go through? Yes, it will. Portland and David John get their first points of the season, but it does seem to be a little bit too little compared to what Houston has. 21-3 is your current score here in Houston.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Portland adjusts for the rest of this quarter, of course, but into the second half as well. They've still got a pretty big deficit to overcome here in order to keep this game even remotely competitive.
Kick is away from the Fleet, and it's going to be taken and right around the 5 for Greg Corky. Greg Corky making some moves, and he's going to get it up to the 27 once again. Seems to be right around where a lot of these kick returners like to take it to.
Yeah, absolutely. And pretty decent field position to start for Houston. We'll see if Dave Burr and this Houston offense can keep the gears going.
Very deep drop from Dave Burr. Throws a laser to the sideline. That one's going to be caught. They're going to say he got that inbounds, Kyle Fenimore, but I cannot tell if he actually got the foot down.
I admittedly wouldn't be surprised if we see a challenge flag there. It definitely looks like he may have been out of bounds, but Portland's not going to throw the flag there. An interesting decision, I think, considering even from the replay that we saw just then, Mr. Fenimore was definitely not in bounds in my eyes.
Yeah, but clearly Coach Jacob Ovett must have seen something that we didn't. Daybur slings his guns and seems to be a little bit too trigger happy on the throw attempted to DR Sim. And it was tipped away by Derek Majors.
And DR Sim, after breaking that 15,000 mark, has been incredibly quiet as of late. Burr preferring to pass to the short yard man and Kyle Finnemore.
Hand off of the middle to Warren Murray. Gain of 1 on the play, 3rd and 9.
And Portland's defense is starting to step up a little bit more now, forcing a very big 3rd down as we approach the 2-minute warning.
A little over a minute to go for that. Going to be a nice short drop from Daybur. Laser arms it over the middle. It's going to be 4th and 9. Not a lot going from this drive, although Houston was in pretty good field position.
Yeah, I think we could credit that deflection there to Ref 43, who it seemed just got hit in the chest with that ball. Unfortunately, it's going to force a punt here from Houston. Potentially give Portland some time to claw their way back into this game.
Punt is away, and Portland does have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Runs up the side, and it's going to be up to the 31. Nice little return there from Portland. And now O.J. Bruin, who seems to be a little bit more comfortable in the role, although he has not really thrown as much since his 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's currently a bit lacking as far as stats go. He's only 3 of 8 so far for 21 yards, and of course those 2 interceptions. Hopefully we see him step up here on this drive in a big way for Portland.
And off the outside, Ezekiel Love, the bread and butter of this Portland offense, gains him 5 yards.
Of course, a first down run, also a smart play, and a good start to this drive for Portland.
Could be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Hand off the outside once again to Ezekiel Love, and he's going to lose a good chunk of yards. 3rd down and 7.
Was Alex Perez on that stop yet again? The 4th-year linebacker just all over the place.
He was. 2 minutes remaining in the first half here on the SFL Network on Twitch. We'll be right back with you after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. We are here in Houston, Texas. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. The Hyenas are up on top of the Fleet, 21-3, 3rd and 7. For said Portland Fleet. Gonna be a play action from O.J. Bruin. Short throw to the sideline to Ezekiel Love. Oh my goodness, what a spin move. Gain of 5 on the play. It's 4th and 2.
Yeah, good spin move by Ezekiel Love to gain a couple extra yards there. Unfortunately, doesn't amount to a first down. But maybe we see a 4th down attempt here. Or they're going to punt.
Clearly looking looking for it there, Aaron. But unfortunately, yeah, they're just going to punt it away. It's going to be a nice long high one. Taken at about the about the 25, taken up to the 31-yard line. And Dave Burr gets another shot to add on to his impeccable debut stats. Nearly 200 yards through the air. We're not even at the end of the first half yet. On 16 for 25s and a QBR of approximately 110.
Yeah, that compared to OJ Bruin, who has been having a rough time of it. His average QBR roughly 12.
Off up the middle to Warren Murray. Warren Murray, oh my goodness, the man could not be stopped for 9 yards, 2nd and 1, but that had to be the most electrifying 9-yard run I've seen out of Warren Murray this season, which I guess isn't really saying a lot.
You're right about that, but Warren Murray doing everything in his power to get as much yards out of that as possible. A really strong run from him on that play there.
2nd and 1, throws down to Warren Murray. Warren Murray stands right back up after what seemed to be him getting wrapped to the ground. Houston coming out in the hurry up, 1st and 10. High snap for Dave Burr, throws deep down the sideline, caught, and it's going to be down to the 34 of Portland. Houston breaking up the 2-minute drill when they're up by 18.
It was DR Sim on that reception. They're adding to his already impressive total, not only this game, but for his career as well.
That was a nice little short dump to Warren Murray, 2nd and 10. They're still playing frantically. They're still playing like they don't have all 3 of their timeouts still in hand. Deep down the sideline is going to be caught again by DR Sim. They finally call a timeout. I think they might have heard me.
Yeah, maybe so. That pass though from Dave Burr to DR Sim puts DR, the Hall of Famer, over 100 yards on the game. He's at 112. Dave Burr sitting at 232. Half of those, of course, credit to the Hall of Famer there. But it's been a showcase of Dave Burr this entire game so far.
1st and 10, balls on the 15, 32 seconds remain. Going to be a throw to the end zone, caught in bounds, going to be out of bounds from Kyle Finnemore at the 4, stops the clock. And, you know, I understand it's before the half, so it really doesn't matter what the score is, but dang. Houston, it seems to be, just seems to be bent on getting it into the end zone a 4th time.
Yeah, Houston is wholeheartedly out to prove a point. That point being F around and find out, basically.
Thrown to the side is going to be caught. Touchdown, Warren Murray on the reception. Make it 27-3. And Dave Burr continues to electrify the crowd here in Houston. This is not, I've not heard the Houston crowd this excited. Gosh, probably since Kentez Johnson's rookie year, 2 quarterbacks ago for the Hyenas.
Yeah, Dave Burr definitely looking for potentially a record here for most passing touchdowns in a game, though admittedly I don't know what that record stands at as of yet. But it's been a really impressive showing for the young quarterback for Houston.
Does seem to be, though, that he is having a stellar debut performance in the major leagues. 28-3 is your current score, with 24 seconds remaining in the half. Kick is away, and Portland looking to salvage what little they can of this half. Getting around to the outside, gets it up past the 30, and that's about as far as they're going to get, 31.
Yeah, and with a little time left on the clock, Portland definitely is probably going to look for something big here. Try and put just anything they can on the board going into halftime. because right now momentum is fully in the hands of the Hyenas.
OJ Bruin going under center. Stand up throw over the middle. And that one's going to be caught in traffic. Very risky throw for not a lot of reward. They're going to hurry right back up to the line. Still have, I think, all three of their timeouts. Going to be the same play as last time. This time to Ezekiel Love. And Ezekiel Love barrels down to the 47-yard line. And Portland takes their first timeout with 3 seconds remaining. I think we're going to see a Hail Mary attempt.
I definitely agree with you there. I think that's the smart thing to do at this point, considering the situations they're in. 2 really good passes, though, to the tight end, whose name we're calling for the first time, Nelson Lozano Jr., and then another one to Ezekiel Love to put them in decent position for this Hail Mary.
First Hail Mary attempt for OJ Bruin in the major leagues. It's going to be a real test of his throw power as he heaves it deep. It's going to be a penalty, so we don't even know if this is going to stand or not. It's going to be incomplete. Barring the penalty, that will be the final play of the half.
That pass interference? Oh, no.
No, an eligible receiver.
That's
on the fleet.
That's not how you want that to end at all. It looks like they may get another play out of this, though. No, it's going to be halftime.
No. Since it was on them, they lose the play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this half, it's been all Hyenas and all rookie quarterback Dave Burr. This man, just look at that passing yards, that 257 yards through one half. This man has been on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave Burr has shown up for Houston in a huge way. All 4 touchdowns have been through the air from Dave Burr, though he has spread those touchdowns around pretty well. He's got 1 to Kyle Finnemore, 1 to DR Sim, 1 to the tight end Randy Pierce, and 1 to Warren Murray, which was the most recent touchdown that Houston got before halftime here. Honestly, this is probably, I know I haven't been here long, but I imagine this is probably one of the most impressive debuts from a rookie all time in the SFL.
Oh, absolutely. I've been around here for a long time, and a lot of quarterbacks have come and gone. And Dave Burr, this man has just been lighting it up on debut. And there is something also to think about, too, for like the draft stock perspective. Dave Burr was drafted towards the end of the 3rd round. This man was near the bottom of the draft. And look what he's doing compared to the man who's picked 6th overall in OJ Bruin.
Yeah, another thing to remember, too, Dave Burr only spent 1 season in the minors before he was picked up by Houston, while OJ Bruin and all of the other quarterbacks that were picked in the draft all had 2 full seasons in the minors before becoming pros. With how Dave Burr's performing, we may see a shift when it comes to draft stock as far as who some of these teams that need quarterbacks next season decide to pick up.
We very much could, but that is still a whole 11 weeks away plus playoffs. We're still here in week 1, Aaron. You just got to remember that.
That's fair. That's fair. This could just be an outlier for all we know.
But hey, it's a pretty dang good week to have such outlier. 247 yards already on the day for Dave Burr as Portland takes it up past the 25 up to the 28-yard line. Well, the previous 2 games in the series have each been decided by 3 points, and that's the amount of points that Portland has on the board right now. If they want to make this game closer, what do you think are like the key things that Portland needs to shore up?
You need to get Ezekiel Love going, and you need to get OJ Bruin going. OJ Bruin has not had a great time under center, but if he can turn that around, I think the overall pace and tone of this game will swing potentially in Portland's favor.
Well, if you're looking for a way to get the game going on the first play, that certainly was not it. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard run from Ezekiel Love. Offset I for the Fleet. Hand off to Ezekiel Love again. He's going to lose a yard. And the Houston Hyenas defense, a very big question mark for this team coming into today. I think they have answered most of those questions in a good chunk more.
I can definitely agree with you on that in some regards. Admittedly, a lot of their production defensively has come from the veterans on this Houston team, as I believe Josh Rowe, one of the rookies, actually will get his first pass deflection on that play there. But yeah, it's been pretty much all veteran presence for Houston's defense so far, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and realistically could make things harder for teams that go against them moving forward in the season.
So once again, Portland having to punt the ball away. Certainly not the thing that they were hoping to do on this drive after a first half where just nothing seemed to go right for them. He's away from Portland. Fielded at about the 40, up to the 43. So for the first time this second half, we get to see Dave Burr and the Houston Hyenas high-flying offense putting up 4 touchdowns in the air last half. Short drop from Dave Burr, throws to the sidelines, and that one's going to be tipped incomplete. 2nd and 10, and Portland gets a much-needed deflection there from Chris Stack.
Yeah, it was just a great jump on that ball by Chris Stack. In the right place at the right time, gets a really good read on that ball and forces the incompletion there.
Second and 10, handoffs to the outside to Warren Murray, and Warren Murray sheds a tackler, sheds several to make it 3rd and 6. 3rd and a lot more manageable than they had just a few moments earlier.
Yeah, and that's definitely unfortunate. If you're a Portland fan, that play definitely could have and should have been stopped in the backfield, but Warren Murray able to keep the legs going and churn downfield for 4 yards.
Very deep drop for Dave Burns. Gonna be a very long throw, and oh my goodness, that's caught all the way down to Portland's 31 by DR Sim. The youth and the experience are just coming together here in Houston, and it's making for a beautiful game of football from the Hyenas' point of view.
I don't know how Bob Funk does not deflect that pass there. That's a miracle-esque catch from DR Sim.
Low snap for Dave Burr, throws over the middle, and that one's going to be caught. Gain of 9 on the play. Caught by Greg Corky, one of the 2 members of the Houston offense to not indulge on the touchdown fest that was the last half.
Yeah, that was just his second catch on the game, so.
Hand off to Murray, and Murray's going to lose a good chunk of yards, 3rd and 4. But still, like, it's not like that high of pressure because they are so close. They can just kick a field goal if they really wanted to.
Yeah, that would be really good in the eyes of one Sonny J. But it's only 3rd down here. They could pretty easily convert this with a nice pass from Dave Burr or run from Warren Murray.
Short drop from Dave Burr, short throw over the middle. Oh my goodness, another extended catch down to the 5-yard line. DR Sim, the man on the first drive of the last half, went on and basically broke the records himself. And on the first drive of this half, he may as well be doing the same thing over again.
That was just a great catch by DR Sim. The throw from Dave Burr was a little low there. But good gosh, that puts Dave Burr over 300 yards passing now, by the way.
Whoa, handoff to Warren Murray right up the middle, and he's going to waltz his way into the end zone. The first rushing touchdown of today, and it's going to put the Hyenas up 34-3. And boy, Hyenas are known for laughing, and I think the Hyenas are laughing their way to the bank with a game like this.
Oh, absolutely. Houston's out here performing the deepest of highway robberies on the fleet. Like, Portland's fault is just wide open at this point. Houston's just taken whatever they want, and Houston has they've had no response to it.
Yeah, it seems like they've had like 2 or 3 good drives, Portland, but most all that's come off the back of Ezekiel Love. You got to get O.J. Bruin going. I understand he's a rookie, but clearly that's not an excuse this game.
No, absolutely not. Admittedly, some of this you have to chalk up to the game planning of Houston's coaching staff. They've pulled off their game plan to near perfect execution. 5 touchdowns. They've held Portland to a field goal. Everything's coming up DR Sim, it seems.
Yeah, it's just been a bloodbath here in the home of space travel of the United States. And Portland just seems to not be able to get things going. The over-under here was Houston by 3. I think they've matched that in spades at this point.
Yeah, I don't think anybody that went over on that is very happy right now.
Handoff to Ezekiel Love right up the middle, and Ezekiel Love gets a nice gain of 6. Portland, they've always loved that sort of ground and pound sort of mentality with their offense. Because, like, one of the things that there's quarterbacks, but this is more thing with Matt South last season, the season before, was never really quite there. And it seems to be that, much to their chagrin, they're going to have to lean more into that this season.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't necessarily think now is the time to do that. You're down by 32. I think you need to take some risks. I understand O.J. Bruin hasn't really been able to get going, but I think at this point, you just have to try.
Yeah, and honestly, if there's any play to try, now is it. It's 3rd and 3. You just need 3 yards. Most simple short routes can get you there, and if you want to establish confidence in your young rookie quarterback, I think this is the way. And they're going to hand it off to Ezekiel Love, and he's going to get the first down and a heck of a lot more yards on top of it. Oh, he's running down the sideline. Is he gone? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Portland Fleet.
And that is the electrifying play that you expect to see out of Ezekiel Love. What a run from Ezekiel, breaking all manner of tackles there. The defense showing a bit of their inexperience, I think. And Ezekiel Love just turns on the Jets, takes it to the house, brings it a bit closer. The Portland still has a lot of work to do to get back into this game.
You got a lot of work left to do, but certainly if you're looking to inspire your offense, that's one way to go about it.
Absolutely agree.
Kick is away, nearly blocked, and it's going to be good. 35-10 now is the score here in Houston. The Hyenas still with a commanding lead, but Portland, they're not completely out of it yet.
Yeah, and a note from the commissioner as this kickoff gets set to go toward Houston. Dave Burr currently tied the franchise record for single game pass TDs at 4. If he can get another one here, that's a record already for him in his debut.
And he's already set the record for most touchdown passes in one half. Like, this man, through one half and some change of football, has pretty much everyone in the SFL world on high alert for just I don't even know how to describe it, really. Just like an otherworldly performance.
Yeah, he's definitely showing flashes of what he was capable of in the minors, for the minors, fittingly enough. I was, pleasure to have him as my quarterback in my minor league season, and he's just been brilliant out the gate for Houston here. It's been absolutely incredible to watch.
And don't think that we've forgotten about this man right here, Warren Murray, one of the all-time great SFL halfbacks. This man is also he's carrying his weight for this Houston Hyenas team, showing that, yes, while Dave Burr is having a historically good debut, they still have Warren Murray. They still have one of the best halfbacks in the league they can always fall back on. And they're going to fall back on him again. Another handoff at the middle. That's going to be a first down and some change on top of it up to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and admittedly, this game, his numbers don't show it. But Murray has been particularly key on extending some of these drives for Houston. He's just barely at 40 yards so far this game, but admittedly, he's a big reason why Houston has such a commanding lead right now.
First throw from Dave Burr this drive doesn't work out too well. It was a nice little flat to Warren Murray. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 from 42 yards.
Second down and 10. 2 wide to the top, 1 wide to the bottom. Handoff up the middle to Warren Murray. It's going to be a gain of 1 on the play. 9. And could we be seeing another magical Dave Burr moment coming out of this 3rd down?
Definitely reasonable. And I definitely think it's smart here that Houston's running the ball so much as opposed to the air raid attack they had in the first quarter, considering the lead that they have. They just want this game to end as quick as possible at this point.
Well, they aren't done throwing it yet. Throws over the middle. That was a little bit risky, making it 4th and 9, intended for Kyle Finnemore.
Yeah, they're gonna have to punt this one away. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that Houston doesn't go any further here. Reasonably, they're gonna pin Portland pretty deep in their own territory on this punt. And we just need Houston's defense to step up again in a big way and not allow big runs like they gave up last drive to Ezekiel Love.
Well, it does seem there does always seem to be at least one every game, and there's going to be fair caught at the 22. Portland now having a little bit of mojo, knowing that Ezekiel Love can always break it out. Now it's time for OJ Bruin, and I don't think I've seen him attempt many passes at all this half.
I don't think he's attempted a single one. I will be honest with you.
And it's going to be another handoff up the middle to Ezekiel Love. Gain of 1 on the play. And I get that it's working. I genuinely do. But you do have to involve your new rookie quarterback at some point. Just give him a few simple dump out routes so that, you can reestablish some confidence in the young kid.
Yeah, I don't think running the ball, while may be good to try and win the game, isn't necessarily going to be good for OJ Bruin's overall confidence moving forward into the rest of the season.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Or actually, no, it's like a 3rd down and 8 or so. I don't know why they're listing as 3rd down and 10. Very strange, if you ask me. OJ Bruin deep in the pocket to throw, and he's took too long. He's going to be knocked down, incomplete. 4th and 10 for the Portland Fleet.
I mean, you got to credit OJ Bruin with at least trying to stay patient in the pocket there. Unfortunately, I think just took a little too much time to see what was going on downfield. Luckily gets the ball off before he gets sacked, but that's a big 3 and out here for Houston yet again.
Yeah, and another reason why they're up so much right now is just they've been blowing out Portland in the field position battle. You know, you think about where Houston's typically starting. They're between like the 35 and the 50 typically, like they are right now on the 46. Portland, they're usually starting at like the 20 or the 30. Just that alone, it instills a completely different mindset with how you set up a drive and how you set up your playbook for such a moment.
Yeah, and I think a majority of Portland's drive has actually started inside of the 20. So I definitely have to agree with you that field position has helped Portland a lot this game.
And off up the middle to Warren Murray. And Warren Murray, he's just got all the daylight in front of him for about 8 yards. 2nd and 2.
And another smart game plan here into this drive, giving the ball to Warren Murray, letting him do his thing, chew as much time off of this clock as possible, and not allow Portland a chance to get back into this game.
2nd and 2, short drop from Dave Burr, throws it over to Warren Murray. Nice, smart throw, and Warren Murray gets it up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play, but he had probably a net total yardage there, about 13 or 14.
Absolutely. One of the things Dave did really well in the minors was, if necessary, throwing the ball off to the dump-off man. Did it always work out in his favor? Not necessarily. But there it works out really well. Warren Murray gets a 1st down, and Houston swiftly approaching the red zone of Portland yet again.
They're approaching it full steam ahead. Low shotgun snap over the middle. That one's caught again. Another deep throw over the middle to Randy Pierce. And these like deep sort of like post routes over the middle for Houston, they've eviscerated this Portland defense.
I don't know how these players are catching some of these balls, because like even there, Shot Allen was all over Randy Pierce, but just couldn't get his hands on the ball. Be that credit to Dave Burr and his ball placement, or just the overall athletic catching ability of his receivers. It's just been incredible to watch.
Warren Murray loses 3 on that run, but that's okay. He's nearly at 50 yards today. And it's going to make a 2nd and 13 on Portland's 23-yard line. And now if you're Houston, you're kind of just digging deep into the playbook and seeing just anything, to move forward.
Yeah, you have to at this point if you're Portland. You have to find something to shut down this Houston offense. Unfortunately, it's proven difficult even there. DR Sim with another catch, approaching 200 yards this game as far as receiving goes.
I mean, just overall, this Hyenas offense, everyone has been electric throughout this entire game. 3rd and 9, Dave Burr in the gun. This is when he's dangerous. Looking around, throws it over the middle. And that was going to be nearly picked up, but no, he dropped it. Oh, Mel Davis had the prime opportunity to hopefully just claw something back out of this game for Portland, and he blew it. 4th and 9, Sonny J out to attempt another field goal.
Yeah, this would be his first one of his career here in the pros. And let's see if he lives up to his nickname of Money J.
Well, we'll have to see. 35 yards out is the field goal attempt. Snaps a bit low. Kick is on its way. And it's good. 1 for 1. That man's 100%.
Yeah, it's a good start to his career for him. One field goal, 35 yards out, 5 for 5 on extra points so far. Everything still coming of Houston as the rich get richer.
This kickoff should be possibly the final play of the third quarter. Maybe there'll be one play after that. Kick is away from Houston once more. I feel like I've been saying that a lot this game. And Portland's going to be taking it up to the 28-yard line. And let's see before the end of the third if they can get something going on offense.
Absolutely. I want to see a big pass from OJ Bruin. I really do. I feel bad for the man. He's been struggling so much in this game. But he's got a quarter at least to hopefully try and turn it around.
Let's see what he can do. He's going to drop back to throw, looking around, hit as he throws over the middle. That was going to be nearly intercepted. It seems to be that nothing's working as the pass is intended for Nelson Lozano, the tight end. It's odd, too, because those are the exact same sort of passes that Dave Burr has been churning out like clockwork.
Yeah, I think the difference, though, is there was a lot more pressure on OJ Bruin on that pass as opposed to Dave Burr making a similar attempt.
Handoff to Ezekiel Love, and he's going to be stopped at the point of handoff. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Get your fours up in chat, folks. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. We will be right back with you after these quick messages. And welcome back, everybody. It's started the fourth quarter here in Houston, where it's been all hyenas all day. 38-10 is your current score, and Portland is setting up for a 3rd and 13. OJ Bruin in the pocket. Got a lot of time, going to sling it deep over the middle, and what a grab! Oh, what a grab to finally get the offense going from Art Vandelay. And for the first time ever, I think it felt like a genuine move forward for OJ Bruin.
Absolutely. The great grab, of course, from Art Vandelay. That's his first catch of the day after being targeted 4 times previously and not being able to come up with the ball. But yeah, that's what we wanted to see from OJ Bruin since the start of the game.
Bruin goes over the middle again, and it seems to be that's just not going to work out in the same way. Completely whiffed on his target, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the way that ball came out of OJ Bruin's hand definitely looked a bit awkward there, almost directly into the hands of Alex Perez. We'll see what happens here on 2nd down.
Second and 10, deep drop from OJ Bruin, short throw over to Ezekiel Love, and Ezekiel Love, nice little spin move, gain of 4 on the play. Tackle made by Brady Clark.
And this is definitely what you wanted to see out of Portland. Better now than never. But it may be a little too late here for Portland.
Handoff right up the middle to Ezekiel Love. Not going to be enough. 4th and 1. And You know, it would be really nice of Portland if they could go for it on 4th down right now, eh?
I definitely think they should, being they're down 28. It only makes sense that you go for it here. You know, a handoff to Love or Trusman, or even maybe a quarterback sneak from OJ Bruin to get this first down.
Hey, there's a never-ending world of possibilities of what you can do on 4th down. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going for it. And it... No, they... What? They went for the old jump, but unfortunately didn't work. So after all that, it's going to be 4th and 1, and Portland's going to be punting away.
I definitely still think they should have gone for it. I think they should still go for it. I don't. The minds behind these coaches baffle me sometimes.
And the punt is away. It's nice and high. Going to be fair caught at the 11-yard line. And for once, Portland gets a genuine win in the field position battle.
Yeah, I think this is the deepest that Houston has had to start this entire game. Hopefully, things go well for Portland. You know, now that they have such good field position defensively against what has been just a high octane Houston offense here.
Short drop from Dave Burr, throws over to the sideline, caught in bounds. Gain of 8 on the play. And there's the tail of the tape right there. 347 yards for Dave Burr to 60 from OJ Bruin.
Yeah, and another thing there too, Dave Burr has 4 touchdown passes and only 1 interception. OJ Bruin, 2 picks, hasn't been able to get anything going, as that's going to be a free play for Houston.
Free play and a free first down. And the Hyenas just keep on rolling.
Neutral zone infraction, number 96, defense.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Portland too. Is they didn't let that didn't get that jump. That play was blowed up in the backfield. Looked to be about a 5-yard loss. Unfortunately, Houston's going to step 5 yards forward with a fresh set of downs.
And Houston already going into control the clock mode. Handoff to Warren Murray, right up the middle. Gain of 2 on the play, and it's going to bring him to the 26-yard line.
Number 41 with the tackle. Second and 7 from 26 yards.
2nd and 8 now. Houston looking to throw, and that's exactly what they're not going to do. It's a little draw play. They had me even confused. Another 2 yards on top of that, making it 3rd and 6. And surely now we should see some more Dave Burr throws.
I definitely agree with you there. And I think running the draw on 2nd down there, especially in that formation, was the right idea. Unfortunately, didn't get as much as I think Houston would have liked on that run from Warren Murray.
Dave Burr making some adjustments at the line. And he's going to throw over the middle. Nice catch over the middle to the 49-yard line, basically at midfield. And that's Greg Corky making his name known, even though it's only his 3rd reception today.
Yeah, and that's just a great ball, honestly, from Dave Burr over the middle. Greg Corky just able to find a good opening with the route there to pick up a really big first down, honestly, for Houston to try and push this game even further out of Portland's grasp.
2 pump fakes from Dave Burr, and it's going to be a gain of 4, putting him at nearly 370 yards. And the catch from Cal Finnemore puts him at about 69 yards today. Nice game from him.
And a nice game just from Houston overall. They've absolutely shown out this game. The rookie quarterback absolutely eating with the assistance of these veteran receivers.
2nd and 6, low snap for Dave Burr. Slings it for the sideline, and that one's going to be caught up to the 22 of Portland. And DR Sim, Dave Burr, could this become one of the most iconic quarterback receiver duos in the league? I mean, it's one game, but if these are any indications, man, we could be seeing the start of something special.
I mean, considering DR Sim is like 10 yards away from 200 this game and basically intercepted that ball, I would say signs point to yes on those two becoming an iconic receiver quarterback duo.
Short drop from Dave Burr, throws over the middle again, and it's another impeccably placed throw to Kyle Finnemore. That's going to put him over 400 yards.
Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity from Dave Burr this game. He's only thrown one interception through all of this.
And he's at nearly 50 pass attempts throughout this game. They've been leaning on him heavily, but it's not to say that like they've just completely abandoned Warren Murray. He's still in the offense. He's still making plays. He's still being productive. And they're going to hand it off to him right now as he waltzes through the middle for a gain of 2, 2nd and goal on the Portland 2-yard line.
I won't lie to you, Jack. I want to see a pass here on 2nd down. I want to see it.
Hand off to Warren Murray. Once again, he gets tackled forward. Gain of 1 on the play to the Portland 1-yard line.
They're on the cusp of scoring probably the most that any team with a rookie quarterback has scored ever. This is wild.
3rd and goal. Hand off to Warren Murray again. He's going to get stopped. 4th and goal. They're going to drop 40 on Portland, but it's not going to be 45 yet. It's going to be 41.
Go for it. Pass the ball. Please. Please. Give Dave Burr the record for most touchdowns in a game in franchise history. Unfortunately, no. They're gonna give it to Money J. A chip shot, basically, for him.
Yes, 18 yards thereabout. Low snap, kick is away, and it's blocked! Oh, the Portland team! Oh my, what? That's a touchdown! That's a touchdown, Houston! What did I just bear witness to?
Excuse me? How? What?
Okay,
Sir?
Okay, let's break this down. The kick was blocked. A lineman ran up and got it, picked it up, carries it into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Oh my goodness.
That was nuts.
Oh.
Credit to Terrence Smith, the tackle, on that touchdown from the blocked field goal. Unfortunate for Sonny J, as he will now no longer be perfect on field goals for his career, but Houston turned what could have been a bad situation into more points.
That they do. So it is currently 45-10 after what has to be easily one of the weirdest touchdowns the league has seen, at least, from my recollection. Like, geez. Portland going to take it out past the 20-25 up to the 26-yard line.
I feel bad for Mark Lopez and Dwayne Schindler for how they're going to score that in the stat sheet.
Well, we'll have to figure, yeah.
Because I don't I don't think even in like the NFL that's ever happened.
We'll have to figure that out later. Snap is right where it needs to be for O.J. Bruin. Thrown way behind the line, and Ezekiel Love gets it right back up to the line of scrimmage. O.J. Bruin making some adjustments on the line. Low snap, throws towards the sideline, caught in the air, and he's going to stumble backwards before a Hyena comes over and just knocks him down. Gain of 3, 3rd and 7. Low snap for O.J. Bruin, throws over to the sideline, caught inbounds. It's going to be first down, and a few more yards on top of that to Jean Valentin.
First and 10 from 43 yards.
1st and 10, balls on the 43 for the Fleet. Short drop, throws deep, and that one's going to be, oh, that was caught! Just such a casual catch from Art Vandelay. And
It's
Portland,
kind of-
oh, go ahead.
It's kind of big for Portland there to get that grab.
Another short drop from O.J. Bruin, throws over the middle. That one's going to be caught inside the 30. O.J. Bruin finally eclipsing 100 yards on the day. Short drop, throws to the side. It's going to be caught in bounds. They're going to keep it in bounds. 2:16 remaining in the ball game. And everyone rushing back to the line. Throws over the middle. That one's going to be caught first down, and a few yards on top of that. They're just going to let it go to the 2-minute warning. Portland looking to salvage this game, make it a little bit more of a respectable result. Can Houston keep them off the board? You're watching the SFL on Twitch.
First and 10 from 20 yards.
Portland in Houston's red zone for, I think this is only the second time today. Low snap, throws deep, and oh, tipped up in the air, ball still alive. It's going to be incomplete.
That is unfortunate that Art Vandelay couldn't get a hold of that bar after the tip by Marco Swift. But a good deflection by Houston's defense on that there.
Nice job to just keep things on the down low and waste it down for Portland.
They're threatening though here in Houston's red zone.
Bruin in the pocket all to himself, throws it down. It's going to be gain of 5.
Haitian sensation Valentin there on the grab. Portland starting to get things going a little bit. Unfortunately, a little too late, but a good confidence builder at least for the young quarterback, O.J. Bruin.
3rd down and 5, and the Houston crowd, they're still on their feet. They're still screaming defense, and the defense is going to hold up there. 1st and goal down to the 4. All in garbage time, of course, folks. Wouldn't be surprised if it's all backups out there at this point. Play action from O.J. Bruin, and he gets his first touchdown of his career. Touchdown, Portland Fleet. Catch made by Nick Adams, the backup wide receiver.
Yeah, good for O.J. Bruin, getting his first touchdown in this game. It definitely not his day, unfortunately, but you got to give props to Portland for still trusting in the young rookie and he comes up with the touchdown there.
Yeah, that's really all that you can say for a game like this, which has been utterly disastrous for the Fleet. But they still salvage something out of it. They have 3 scoring possessions, and that's a lot more than you can say out of a lot of other teams this weekend. Or what you'll probably be able to say more than a lot of other teams this weekend.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how the rest of the games this weekend pan out.
Ball's on the tee, and it's going to be away. And, oh, Houston takes it back. And it's going to be... going to be taken up to the 30. Looks to be that Houston's going to kneel this a few times, and we'll be out of here.
They may run it a couple of times for... Nope. Yeah, they may still run it a couple times.
Yep. Handoff up the middle to Warren Murray, and Murray is just going to cause him to burn another timeout.
That is actually the backup at this point. DJ Sim on that run.
Interesting.
Yeah, try to keep Murray as healthy as possible. Try to avoid injury for him the rest of the game.
Second down and 8. 1 timeout remaining for Portland. Handoff up the middle to the backup, DJ Sim. And Portland's going to burn their final timeout. So 45-17 is looking like that's going to be the final here tonight. And for Houston, a team that's had a lot of question marks about them coming into this week, especially, I think they've had all those questions answered.
Absolutely. The rookie quarterback, Dave Burr, had just stepped up in an absolute monstrous way for Houston this game. And if Houston can continue this momentum moving forward, they're going to be scary for any team that comes up against them for the rest of this season, especially if they can, almost out of nowhere, pulled up almost 50 points on any given team.
Kick is away. This one's not blocked, and it's going to be good for 3. 48-17 is the current score. And Dave Burr, he may not get the team touchdown record on his own, but man, I don't think I've seen a better debut from a rookie quarterback than Dave Burr.
Agreed. 410 yards, 46 attempts, 34 completions, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. What a crazy line for him this game. He's probably play of the game, let's be honest.
Yeah, player of the game, possibly even a nominee for player of the week. We'll have to see how the rest of these games shake out, of course, before we can get any solid word on that. But for Portland, there's still stuff to play for. They still want to break 20. They still want to have some fun here, especially now that Houston's, for the most part, sent out their backups.
Yeah, we'll see if they can capitalize on that here.
Gonna be a deep shot from OJ Bruin, goes to the sideline instead, and it looks like he got him inbounds and he landed out of bounds. That's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, I think throwing to the sideline, getting the ball out of bounds, definitely a good call here, as I believe Portland has no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, if they just get 1 inbounds, it's pretty much game over. Throws to the sideline. It's going to be Ezekiel Love. And are they going to keep him in bounds? No, they aren't. 3rd down and 6, 29 seconds remaining. They're insisting on keeping this game going, aren't they?
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of think it's smart of them. You know, they're not going to win the game, of course, but they're going to at least try and build OJ Bruin's confidence and try and build some momentum moving toward next week.
And hit as he throws. It's going to be incomplete. 4th and 6. And Portland's going to have to... I don't see any reason why they wouldn't want to try it, but they're probably just going to punt it away.
Yeah, they definitely have to try it at this point. If for nothing else, but again, try and build confidence for OJ Bruin here.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. 4th and 6. Throws over the middle. That's going to be caught. 1st down, but they got to hurry up back to the line. There's not a lot of time left.
They may spike it here.
Yeah, looks like that's what they're going to do. 13 seconds remaining in the ball game. Coming up after this on the SFL's Twitch network, we have the Carolina Skyhawks traveling to Houma, Louisiana, to face the Louisiana Revolution. And of course, tomorrow you can see all the action there at the bottom of your screen for the fans. Lone Star at Mexico City, Atlanta at London, and then the nightcap, LA Lycans at the Baltimore Vultures. But here it's 2nd and 10. Stand up from OJ Bruin, throws over the middle. Now it's going to be caught. 3rd and 4, and there's going to be enough time for maybe one play unless they spike it. No, that's going to be the end of this ball game. Houston comes out on top in dominating fashion, 48-17. And all that can be attributed to one connection. Dave Burr to DR Sim. How funny is that? The youngest of the Young Bucks, 414 yards. And one of the oldest and longest serving members of the SFL community, DR Sim, team up and put forth one of the greatest quarterback-receiver combinations I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, Dave Burr throws 9 total passes caught by DR Sim for just under 200 yards. Of course, the biggest milestone here being DR Sim breaking 15,000 yards receiving on his career. We saw shenanigans about with the blocked field goal into a touchdown. Realistically, though, this was Houston's show. This was Houston's night, and it was incredible to watch.
Yeah, it was, and possibly the start of something great for young Dave Burr, and possibly the start of something great for this team. Meanwhile, for Portland, though, while it certainly was not a great first half for the young rookie OJ Bruin, they're most certainly they're going to be back for more. And I assure you that this team is not done yet. One bad week one. The only thing it really assures is that they won't be going undefeated.
Now, unfortunate for Portland. They played well at the end. I definitely think that there's a lot of positives for them to build on looking forward to next week. But of course, Dave Burr, what a performance from the rookie quarterback for Houston this game. My goodness, what a game.
Couldn't agree with you more, Aaron. And from all of us here at the booth, I'm Jack Brown alongside Aaron Alexander, Mark Lopez, and Dwayne Schindler in the stats truck, making it sound smarter than we are, and Cam Irvine keeping us all under check. We say thank you and have a wonderful evening full of SFL action over on FDF Next. We got Charleston at Las Vegas going right now.